The first show I ever attended in my life on Broadway was Rent. I enjoyed the Rent on Broadway because of the live music and the live entertainment. It gave me something to actually look forward to with the music, the theme songs. Everything totally went together. In many ways, theater is important to me. There are many shows dedicated to theater, like Glee and High School Musical that you see on TV, but you would never think that these actually came from some other type of theater people. So who actually made the contributions for these productions to be made possible for you to see? Well, we're going to go through a few to show you who actually who actually made them. Theater, as we see it, comes from many different aspects. As you can see, we have Glee, which is one of the #1 shows on Fox, but it also comes from a different background. If you've ever been in high school, you went through the whole dance and music thing, if you were a thespian or maybe in magicals, so on and so forth. Of course, we have Hairspray, which is one of a top film that came out, and it did great, but it was also came from another different type of theater project. But I'll tell you what, I'll tell you first about one of my favorite people that has actually made an impact on theater thus far, which made it possible for such productions like Glee and Hairspray and Hair to come to light. George M. Cohan is everything a performer could be. He was an American entertainer, a playwright, a composer, a lyricist, an actor, singer, dancer, and producer. Cohan was born in Providence, Rhode Island on July 3rd, 1878. Excuse me. Though his parents proclaimed that he was a July 4th kid, he really wasn't. His parents were traveling to Vanderbilts. He learned to dance and sing after he learned to walk and talk. He was part of a group called the Four Cohans, which also includes his brother Jeremiah, his mother Nellie, his sister Josephine, and himself. They toured together through 1890 through 1901. He began writing productions in his teens, and his solo songs in 1893. Excuse me. His first Broadway hit in 1904, Little Johnny Jones, which introduced his famous songs "Give My Regards to Broadway" and "The Yankee Doodle Boy." He was the lead of songwriters at the Tin Pan Alley, publishing approximately 300 original songs. With friends like Sam Harris, Cohan produced over 50 musicals, plays, and reviews on Broadway through 1904 and 1920. His shows ran simultaneously in as many as 5 different theaters. But after a dispute with the Actors Equality Association in 1919, he dropped from acting completely. He passed of cancer in November 5th, 1942, while he was at his home in New York, located at 993 Fifth Avenue. He was 64 at the time of his death. He was buried in a private family mausoleum he had built earlier for his sister and parents in Bronx Woodland Cemetery. In memory, Oscar Hammerstein II demanded a $100,000 bronze statue of Cohan be erected. If you've ever been in New York at 56 and Broadway, you may see it. It is 8 foot tall and remains the only statue of an actor on Broadway in New York. My second one is Irving Berlin. Whoops, there we go. Irving Berlin might have also been one of the best, if not greatest, American composers. He was actually born Israel Berlin on May 11, 1888, in Tumen, Russia Empire. He was one of 8 children. No one knew exactly what village he was actually born in, but they seem to speculate it was Tumen, or Tumen spelled 2 different ways. In 1893, his father and many other family members at the time uprooted their family to move to New York. When asked Berlin, does he remember anything from his first 5 years in Russia, he says no, except for one memory, when he was laying in a blanket by the side of the road, watching his house burn to the ground. By daylight, the house was in ashes. His father passed when he was 8. So Berlin and his sister had to go work to make means for the family. So he went and passed out newspapers. and later he became one of the biggest playwrights, making many shows in 1906 when he was 18. He wrote some songs you may know as God Bless America and the second national anthem to the United States. Last but not least, we have Florence Ziegfeld. Now you may know him as Ziegfeld Follies, born March 15th, 1867, though according to some, his obituary mostly, he was born in 1869. The Ziegfeld Follies was produced in 1907 and were produced every year until 1931. It bring out amazing people like Irving Berlin, George Gershwin, Jerome Kern, even Fanny Brice. He later built his own theater in New York on the west side of 54th and 55th Streets, designed by Joseph Urban and Thomas Lamb. It was a cost of $2.5 million, which is $30,621,006 today. He passed away on July 22nd, 1932, in Hollywood, California. He was in so much debt when he passed away that his wife, Billie Burke, had to go into acting so she can settle all the debts. So, as you know about acting in theater, it came from a lot of people and a lot of contributors. George Michael Cohan, Irving Berlin, and Florence Ziegfeld. So when you watch Rent, Glee, or many of your other famous shows, remember these people that they made contributions for these people to actually be here today. Many of the films, songs, and shows you hear today, think of these people.